Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Career Mode. It is another day, another competition. The first time ever we're playing in the Bangladesh Premier League or the Super League or whatever it's called in Cricket 24. Not too sure what it is. We are playing as Dhaka, which is known as Duranto Dhaka at the moment. Obviously, I've tried to download some teams that I think are the correct ones, but I don't actually know if they are like the most up-to-date ones with all the players that have been involved in this. So hopefully they're close enough, and hopefully we put on a pretty decent start in this new comp today. It's a T20 competition, and it is the last thing we're actually going to get underway before the Ashes that we will play in Australia later on in the year against England, which should be absolutely a cracking series. So as I was saying, hopefully these are like the 2023 or 2024 teams. But if not, we'll just have to deal with that as we go, and we'll just have to see how many runs we can get on the board. Hopefully, what have we got? 6 overs here. Probably want to get this score up to 170. We would think, you know, around about 11 and over from here would be nice, to close to 12 and over. Really accelerate. Leading edge, back to the bowler, and I'm out for just 2. That's a shame. This will teach me for just trying to play a regulation shot around the corner. It's a big leading edge. It's straight back to the bowler, and I'm out for 2. Rahman gets me out. It's 4 for 113. With 6 overs to go, they need 77 runs. We've got a very leg side heavy field, so we will protect that area of the ground, and we'll get a wicket first ball. Straight to long off. So that was actually the perfect delivery to bowl there, because it's... Well, actually, it was a little bit too straight, to be honest. I kind of wanted it a little bit more leg-sided. In the end, Rahman out for 27. It's 5 for 100. Gosh, to the middle. The field stays the same. Still leg-side heavy, so we'll continue to bowl there. This is a nice dot. Now, of course, there hasn't been too many like major cricketing events, I guess, happened since the conclusion of the T20 World Cup. England sort of played the West Indies, where Jimmy Anderson retired in that series. Obviously, there's no cricket at the Olympics, because that's the major event going on at the moment. This could be a wicket as he falls over the rope. Rahul gets a 6. Although cricket will be coming to the Olympics, obviously, in the next Olympic Games, I believe, for 2020 cricket for both the men's and the women's. So that will be another major sort of cricketing, not necessarily trophy or achievement, but, you know, a major event that we're going to see for cricket at the Olympics, which will be in, what, 2028, I believe? Yes, so men and women will both compete in T20 cricket at the 2028 Olympic Games. It has been confirmed. That was late last year. They did approve cricket as one of the new sports, along with baseball and softball, or lacrosse, squash, and then flag football, which is like touch football, or the other one. That should be bowled, or was it glove? No, if the keeper actually doesn't grab this ball, this is out. It was rolling straight onto the stumps, and he's decided to run in front of it to grab it. Is that out or not? Oh dear, I don't know how. I wasn't sure whether he hit it into the ground or he's hit it straight into the gloves of the keeper. Apparently he hit it straight into the gloves of the keeper, and we'll get the wicket. Okay, so he doesn't really. It kind of teleports into his bat and then straight into the gloves of the keeper. Bizarre circumstances. The wicket falls nonetheless. And a boundary's hit by Shaker the next ball. Well, no, it's not. It's been defended. Just a 2. I don't know about anyone else, but I've definitely been really, really enjoying watching the Olympics over the last, you know, week or so. Going to be so much Olympic content to consume from a sports fan point of view. And, like, obviously that's a tournament that's in 4 years. We've just seen a T20 World Cup, obviously, this year. Will there be a T20 World Cup in 2028? I'm not sure. So we will have a T20 World Cup in 2028 in Australia and New Zealand. So I imagine that's happening over the summer. But the Olympic Games will be happening sort of the middle of the year, because it's in LA. Imagine that they'll be having those during their summer. Or it's, you know, which are during July. So you're almost going to have 2 major T20 tournaments within the 1 year. One at the Olympics, And is that a catch taken? It is. There's another handy wicket. And then one, of course, across Australia and New Zealand later on in the year. So it is exciting. We've obviously got the Champions Trophy next year in Pakistan. But plenty of cricket to come. There's literally a major ICC tournament every year for the next 7 years, which I think kind of makes them a little bit more lackluster rather than having them every couple of years. The fact that they are being hosted almost every single year at this point. Obviously, we had the T20 World Cup this year, got the Champions Trophy next year in Pakistan, then another T20 World Cup in India and Sri Lanka, then a One-Day World Cup, then a T20 World Cup, then the Olympics, then a Champions Trophy, then a T20 World Cup, then a One-Day World Cup. So, like, it does kind of make them feel a bit meh sometimes. But hopefully they don't become too bland, I guess, if you're having a major tournament every year. Anyway, we got off to a flyer here. Dhaka getting a 34-run victory over the Rangpur Riders. Let's get into Game 2 in our Bangladesh Super League. Gee, the team has sort of fallen apart here. 3 for 26. Inside the power play, Kendall has started well for the Camilla Victorians. And I've started well with the bat with a 6. Nice. I don't mind this stadium, actually. I think it's a user-created one. Got a lot of colour around it. Different colour seats. Not a lot in the crowd. Oh, that is pinged off the bat. Another boundary. It's been fantastic stuff. Tried to go in the air there. Haven't quite got onto it. Just the dot. 3 for 36 at the power play's end. But if you have been watching the Olympics, of course, because that's, I guess, what we've been talking about quite a lot, to start off this day, what has been your favourite sport to watch? Has there been anything that you have discovered so far at the Olympics that you've really enjoyed? Obviously, the Australians are really good at swimming. So if you're an Aussie, I'm sure you would have enjoyed the swimming events, seeing them win plenty of medals in that. There's like this weird shooting one where they got to like hold the pistol out here. I haven't seen too much of that, but that's definitely looking one of the interesting ones as well. I've enjoyed Jess Fox in the canoeing. Obviously, she's won a couple of golds there, which has been terrific stuff. And of course, you know, there's the traditional ones you kind of really watch, which is like the basketball, the football. And we've even got a good like beach volleyball team who I think won the silver last time in Tokyo. So if they can back that up, terrific as well. If there's been anything you've been loving, what you're up and about watching during the Olympics, and I'll have to check out some of the sports you guys are watching as well. Because obviously there's just so much going on during the Olympics. Literally like every sport you can think of and plenty that you haven't. There's a lot happening. That is beautifully driven down the ground. It might beat the fielder in the deep. It doesn't quite. He stops it and keeps it to 2. That could be out. Could also be 6. Looks like a fairly small ground here, although that was 100 metre 6. But in terms of actual T20 cricket, we do only have the one triple-digit score. Still improvement to be had, despite being the captain of our nation and playing in all these competitions across the world. Currently, 24 from 10. But I suppose it also is a bit relevant because we are a player who attacks quite a lot. You know, we score a lot of runs pretty quickly. So chances are we're either scoring quite quickly or we're getting out quite quickly because of the nature of the way we play. We also bat down the order a little bit as well, so maybe that's part of the contribution as to why we score quickly but not score, I guess, massive scores like hundreds. 2 straight, it's a no ball, it's been smashed off the full toss all the way to the boundary for 4, and we'll get a free hit now. Can we replicate a boundary? Oh, swing and a miss. That's mistimed. And it's out. 3 for 66 becomes 4 for 66. With 1 ball left in the 10th over. Just didn't quite get all of it. I think I went a bit early with the shot. Matt for 29. Here we are. That's going to be runs. Going to be 6, 4. Catch it. Oh, I thought short cover was a chance there in the hope of taking an early wicket. Edged out. There it is. We do get Hansen. He's got all 17 of their runs so far, but he will be the first to go. This is what I mean. I was out wide, had the slip in, got the wicket, 2 for 17. if we can make it 4 down. We've only got 135 on the board. Be an absolute miracle if we were able to defend it, given it is such a low score. But we can keep taking wickets and putting them in interesting situations. It'll make it a tricky chase. There's a boundary. Come down the wicket. Oh, there's no one there. The fielder's a bit too square, isn't it, for me to be bowling that full. All right. A little bit more spread in the field. Ah, and an edge. As soon as I don't have a slip in, the ball goes in that area. I'm going to put one back in there. Oh, the keeper moved so much that he just didn't judge that ball at all. I wonder if I just move the keeper back. It's not been a perfect over. Is that a catch? Or did it roll through? I think it rolled through to the keeper. So we only had 4 come off it. And unfortunately, this partnership has gone on to win them the game. So 5 for 138. They chased it down with an over to come. Disappointing performance. We'll have to improve next time. Well, we haven't chased yet in a game, so we thought today, let's give that a go in this Bangladesh Premier League. And playing at, I think it's our home stadium here. And the start hasn't been too difficult for both sides. I think 2 for 47 is a fairly even score after a power play. You know, you kind of want 50 at the end of the power play, and you kind of want 3 wickets if you're a bowling team. So 2 down, close to 50-odd runs is about even. That's a nice boundary. Oh, beautiful delivery to end the 11th. 2 for 87. So we close in actually on 3,000 T20 runs. Given our performances, what have we got? 11 50s, 100 there. There is... Oh, going down the leg side. So it's 3 for 48. Chase is on. 181 required as the target, of course. I think we're a little bit behind the chase where we'd like to be. But there's time to get into the game. That's not going to be a run. Inside edge. Should be 4. And it is just going to get there. In the gap. Splits the 2 fielders. Get at least 2. That's where we'll have to settle. Oh, whipped. 4-6. What a shot. Turn the corner. Should be 1, should be 2. Almost a boundary. Fielder in the deep. Put a big dive in. Couple of runs. That is just been whipped. And maybe 1 bounce for 4. Or all the way for 6. So I've been really strong in that behind leg side area today. A couple of 6s as we lose our 4th wicket. This should be 2. No, just the 1. Just the 1. Whipped over the top. 2. 3rd whipping of around the corners for another boundary. And this time it's a little bit less in the hitting zone, so we're just going to come back for 2. Going to need to be a dive because it was a pretty good throw. 4 for 88 after 10. We still need 93. Oh, what a shot. Right out of the middle of the bat, all the way for 6. Mahidi Hassan so far hasn't quite delivered with the bat. Because we're 7 for 13. Well, he's 7 off 13. 37 off 16. And that's going to be another boundary. Going to be a maximum. 100 comes up for the team. Another big 6. Or maybe just a 4. Gee, the 1 bounce. Not out of the middle. 47 off 19. Oh, looking for a 20 ball 50 there. Didn't quite get it. Big gap offside. Big gap behind square. On both the onside and the offside. We cut it away. It's going to the boundary. It's 50 up off 21 balls. We still need 70 odd runs to win this match. But we are flying at the moment with the bat. And it's 70 from 44 required. So the task is still ahead of us. But the 6s are still coming. That one is massive. No, mistimed. Fielder there. He's not going to get it. We get away with another boundary. Keep the partnership ticking. Oh, another big 6. Keeps going. Good recovery after mistiming the last one. 11 from that over. So it's 4 for 160 now. We've really got this game in our control. The wide. It's only 20 required from the last 3 overs. Hassan has done a good job as well to keep the scoreboard ticking. But we've put ourselves, obviously, in a game-winning position. That's another dot. And that's in the air. And that's all the way as well. 14 to win. Got it under a runner ball now. In the gap. Could get 2. Nah, good fielding. Oh, full toss. All the way for 6. It's 1 to win. The scores are level. This has been a tremendous innings. 80 off 31. I should end it not out. We do end it not out. We hit the single, which are the winning runs. Or the winning run. Big chase. 6 wickets. Still in the shed. And a great result that we actually needed to progress through. Or at least to, you know, pump us up the ladder. I am the player of the game as well, which is terrific news for me. A massive partnership put together there for Daka to go on and win this game. But let's check in with the standings at the halfway point of the season. So in this competition, you do play everyone once. So far, the Camilla Victorians, the only undefeated team left. They did obviously beat us at one stage, but we have a couple of wins to our name as well, and we're actually on top. Given our net run rate is the most superior one. It looks like the top 4 teams make it through to the finals in sort of a 3-tiered system. Whoever wins that, 1v2 game goes through to the final. Loser will be in the prelim, and you get the sort of the double chance if you finish in the top 2. 3 and 4 will then play off for that second place. But otherwise, that's going to do us for today's video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time where we will continue the Bangladesh Premier League, and of course, not too far away is the Ashes, starting very, very soon. So you'll want to stay tuned. Make sure you'll want to stay tuned for all of that. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.